This is Dave, the Guru, and another tutorial using Gamesalad. In this video, I'm going to show you how to do something called scene linking. What scene linking allows us to do is to connect actors together without using external attributes. And we know in Gamesalad, anytime we can get around using external attributes, we save processing and we save power. So I'm going to show you how to connect a series of actors together using this scene linking technique. I use it all the time, and I'm going to show you how I organize and set it up so you have an efficient workflow. The first thing I've done is I've set up my basic code. So when I'm going in to do this particular thing, and I know I'm going to use scene linking, I plan out my code. So I have my move and my speed here that I've set up for the movement of these actors. I've built my control manager, which we're just going to use keyboard stuff to do the movement. I've got that all set up. In my actors, since we're going to unlock the prototype, and I'm going to say I would be doing this linking across multiple scenes with this same series of characters and objects, I've gone ahead and built all my code in my prototype, including the setup for my linking. And I put a note behavior in here so I can make logs of the information that I'm going to be putting on this side, so that I have a reference of it right in the actor. So now by setting this all up, what happens is when I go to build all this across multiple scenes, all I have to do is add my scene linking information, and that keeps me from having to go back into prototypes when I make changes. So let's go ahead and we're just going to drag in our cart. This is going to be our main actor. We won't have to unlock this prototype, as this one is going to be the thing that we're linking everything to. So I'm just going to bring my control manager on here as well, which has all my movement information. And we'll bring our man that we're going to attach to the cart. And we'll bring in two of the wheels that we're also going to attach to the cart. And you'll see that as well, I have the code set up in these for them moving in the same speed and rotating the proper way for the cart. So everything's all set up. So now the first thing we want to do is we want to set this up. We want to locate what is the exact position of the cart. So I'm just going to make these whole numbers. So on the X, we have 513, and on the Y, we have 379. And this is our baseline, and we're going to be working off these numbers to determine the offset or distance at which we're going to constrain these particular objects to this actor. So let's start with our man. So we're going to go ahead, we can unlock him. And we're going to go ahead and look at his position. Let's just go ahead and I'm just going to make all these whole numbers. So we're dealing with whole numbers. And let's make sure I check it and screw that up. All right, good. So I've got him in the position. This is where I want him. And so I can see that he's 338 and the cart is 513. So now in Gamesalad, we know that when we're working on the exposition of an actor, the position that's logged where we just looked is this center circle. So when we're counting pixels, this is basically the 0 point or the center point. So when we're counting this way, it's positive numbers. So this is 513, that 514, 515, etc., etc. So now when we're counting back this way on an actor, the numbers actually go down. So this would be 512, 511, 500, etc. Same on the Y. This way the numbers progress up. This way the numbers progress down. So we know he's on the downgrade of the side of this actor, which means that we're going to use a negative offset to set him to this position. So let's go ahead in here. And so we have our actor. And our first number we're going to have, so let's just bring up our calculator. And what we're going to do is we're going to take the position of the cart on the X. So we have 513, and then we're going to minus his position. So minus 338, and we're going to see that that's 175 pixels. So for him, our X position is minus 175 pixels. So let's go ahead and link him. So we're going to go into the expression editor, and we're going to go and see this new section that says current scene that comes up when you've unlocked the prototype. And we're going to go to scene, layers, background, which just happens to be the name of the layer. And we're going to find our actor, which is the cart. And we're going to say constrained to its position X minus 175 pixels. So now this will constrain him 175 pixels back from the center position of the cart to his center position. So now let's go ahead and do the Y. So let's bring up the calculator, and now on the Y he was higher. So we're going to be doing a positive equation. So we know that his position is 412, and then minus the position of the actor of the cart, 379, and that's going to give us 33. So on the Y, we're going to be positive 33 pixels. Whoop. Okay, so now let's go ahead and link his Y. Current scene, layers, background, position, Y plus 33. So now let's go ahead and arrange our wheels where we want those. And that looks pretty good. So let's go into this first one. Let's unlock the prototype. And let's just look at and make the positions whole numbers. And we're going to go through the same process. And now we know that on the back wheel, it's back from the 0 point. So we know we're going to be doing a negative calculation. So we'll start with the X of the cart since it's the most forward position. And we're going to do minus 482. And that's going to give us negative 31. So on the X, we're negative 31. And while we're in here, let's just go ahead and do the Y. So we know it's below, so we know we're going to have a negative on the Y as well. So let's just go ahead and we'll do the Y. So we have 379 minus 309, and that's 70. So the Y is going to be negative 70. So let's go ahead and link him up, it up. Cart, position, X, minus 31, layers, background, cart, position, Y, negative 70. And let's go ahead into the front wheel. Oh, I went back too far to the prototype. There we go. Unlock. Oh. So we can do the same thing. And we have 513, and this time we're on the positive side. So we know that the X is going to be positive. So we'll start with 619 minus 513, and that's 106. And then the Y we know is going to be negative. So we have 379, which is the cart Y, minus this wheel's Y, and we have minus 66. So let's go ahead and do these parameters. Minus 106. Minus 66. So now what I like to do is take these numbers, and I'll go into my wheel, and I'll say front wheel. And then I'll go into this one. And I have my information. I'll do the same for this guy. Paste it in my prototype. And now I have everything that I need. When I go back and do it on other scenes, I don't have to go through all that rigmarole. I know no matter where I place him, it's always going to be in relationship to the cart. So it doesn't matter whether he's up, down. We just needed those offset numbers. So let's just go ahead and do a quick save. And let's go ahead and see how we did. Let's go ahead and preview. And it's like something wrong here on the X. Let's see what I did wrong. Ah, positive. I had it right up on the top and I didn't pay attention. Here we go. And here we go. Now let's move them. And look at everything stays together. Nice and locked. Nice and smooth. Now, the way that I planned my code and I've laid everything out, I have all my prototypes. Everything's ready to go. I can just go ahead and go to the home, let's say, and I wanted to add another scene. I can just add another scene. Let's just change the color. And we can just come back and we can just drag our stuff on. And we just drag our cart. You don't even have to put them where you want. You can just drag the things on there. Let's start with him. Unlock the prototype. And I'll show you how fast now you can put these things together. And this is the back wheel. And boom, here we go. We're done. Put it across scenes. And you can see how quickly you can arrange everything together. You can put everything together just like this once you have all your numbers and you've planned everything out, you can make your workflow go really quickly and put everything together in a manner, this easy. You can find me on the forums under the name Lost Oasis Games. This is Dave, the Guru. I'll see you in the next video.